Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Laura Canfield Show, the Awaken to Happiness Now Global Series. Thank you so much for being here with us today. And today, Kim Regnitz is back with us on the show, and we're going to be talking about calling all light masters. That's the name of our show today, Calling All Light Masters, a brand new decade, activating new codes and new superpowers. Because as you know, we're now in 2020. Still feels kind of weird to say it, to be honest, but we are in 2020, and this is a brand new decade. And it's like the energy has been shifting for the past couple of months, and now we're here in this new decade, this new energy, this new time of being, and this new time of awakening. And so we'll see what happens, as we move forward. But we're going to be today with Kim. We're going to be aligning in the I Am frequency through our I Am presence. And through Kim's I Am Alchemy Team Collective, we will activate new crystalline codes of multidimensional superpowers that you may be ready to receive, especially in this Aquarian energy. And this Aquarian energy is all about your authentic originality, genius, and brilliance. And we're doing a clearing and centering in the beginning of the call, so we're going to get started with that in just a minute. And Kim facilitates through the language of light in sounds, tones, dialogue, to activate the light body in the ascension process. She also utilizes spiritual evolutionary astrology in her work. And so we're going to have a really fun call, a really high vibe call. So I would suggest that you have some water or something to drink handy. Get ready to take some notes if you'd like, and just be here now. And please welcome Kim to the show. Kim, welcome.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be invited again. Really happy to be here, Laura.
Awesome. And for those of you who don't know, Kim is a multidimensional master, a vibrational intuitive, and a conscious channel of the I Am frequencies, assisting others through the deepest levels of awakening and transformation. And Kim came in as an awakened, enlightened soul, always feeling the connection and comfort of being in nature and playing with the elementals. So, Kim, you've been on our show, I don't know, once at least, twice, I think already. And so, and it's always been such a high vibe call and so much fun. So I'm excited about today. So let's start with the centering process so that we can all be in the same space together, and then we can start in on the call. What do you think?
That's awesome. Yes, definitely. Ooh, okay. So just what I'm first being guided to do is just give yourself a little stretch, whether it's rolling the shoulders up and back. Yes, really bringing those shoulders up, back, and then just really opening up that heart center. And we were speaking a few minutes ago that there is a lot going on in the world right now. The planet, there's a lot of fear that is up. A lot of people are waking up and they're just kind of not really knowing where to go. So you may be sensing some of that. We were just mentioning that there was kind of an angst today, and I tapped into that right away. So we're just going to see what we can just shift some of this, and then on the call. And my intent is to serve at the highest level of beingness of the I Am frequency. So just take a couple deep breaths, slow deep breaths. And my kitty's at the door right now, so I'm going to let her in because it feels like she is supposed to be here. She showed up on my last activation, and people were really feeling her energy. So her name is Precious. She's a Maine Coon. I hope she behaves. But I'm going to let her in because it feels like I'm supposed to. So welcome, everyone, to Precious. And she is very much assisting me in my work more prevalently lately. So.
Beautiful. Hello, Precious. Okay. What a beautiful name.
Yes. She showed up. Somebody had dumped her. We live in the country, so that's why I'm not on video right now. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she just showed up really, really skinny, and she's been with us for about 9 years now, I think, 9 or 10 years. She's just really, she is my dog in a cat body.
Oh.
So, yeah. So anyway, she's here. You might hear her purring. She purrs very loudly. She loves this energy. Okay, there we go. So we're just going to invite this deep connection with your I am presence. And for those of you that are new to what that is, your I am presence is your embodied higher self. Okay, because we're here to really bring that in and anchor it into the 3D grids. And you're actually living this in form. So we're just going to connect in right now with your I am that's with you in all incarnations. And just connect in and begin to notice this just circling around you like a beautiful team of placeholders. And within this I am team are ascended masters, angels, archangels, galactic beings, star beings, crystalline beings, magical beings that are in alignment with the I am, elementals, etc. And so we're just going to invite that all who interface with us be of this highest frequency within this I am bandwidth. And so just begin to look at this as a team and feel this connection. And begin to gather yourself, bringing yourself in from wherever you are lingering. It's almost like I'm seeing this magnet that you're just able to, with the magnetic field of the heart, it's just calling those parts and parcels of yourself fully in right now. And then we just center and collect ourselves into the field of the heart. And what I mean by that is the toroidal field, however far, wherever those pieces of you want to come in. Just there we go. There we go. Just a beautiful centering. And now feel your connection with the galactic center, the galactic central sun. Without leaving your body, we're staying in our body, which is expanded out. It's almost like you're following like a sun ray that would be coming up from your body, meeting this beautiful golden light, this divine source energy that activates your own light within your being. And just breathing into this light, the more you breathe into it, the brighter it becomes, the more powerful it becomes. And just allow your entire energy center, all the chakras within the biofield, the 7 within the biofield, opening up those chakras in the palms, extenders of the heart field. There we go. Moving anything that is releasing right now out through those palms. Opening up the chakras and the chi meridians. Within the hips, the knees, opening up the feet. And then aligning with the light body chakras with our biofield, especially now into the Earth Star, opening up that Earth Star center. And then now through our central column, connecting all the way into the diamond heart of Gaia, into the new grids that just really shifted in 2020. This is brand new Gaia from iron crystalline core center to diamond. Just connecting in with this right now. And immediately the elementals and the magical beings, dragons, dolphins, intergalactics, begin to calibrate your field, your body elemental, and fine-tuning it for what you are ready to receive on this day. And through the energy of the call and whatever is ready to come in. And Gaia herself sends her appreciation for you and your mission, even if you're unaware of what that is. Just breathe this in. And then once again, I invite you to move into the center of your heart field. Bring your awareness into that heart field center and begin to sense the biodirectional flow from the galactic center, from Gaia's grids. And I'm also really noticing a lot of divine feminine energy coming in. Very powerful, recalibrated divine feminine energy. So just tap into that. That's coming in right now. Cool. And we're going to invite the nervous system to just release and relax into the arms of the divine. There we go. And the vagus nerve connecting the brain in the head, the two brains actually in the head, the brain in the heart, and the brain in the gut. Just breathing into that vagus nerve, just see that releasing and relaxing. And I'm seeing some beautiful healing green coming in with that. And just like this soothing energy. I'm also noticing the energy of agate coming in, especially moss agate. Very soothing. All the crystalline beings are in communication with the crystalline grids on the planet, all the crystals, as well as non-local. Okay, some beautiful clearing up to the spinal column. Selenite is assisting. There we go. And I'm just going to use just a clearing tone here. So I invite you to focus in your heart. You may choose to put a hand over your heart. And the intent of the tone coming through is what I'm hearing from my I Am Collective team is that it is shifting out discordant frequencies, recalibrating. Ooh. You might want to just give the body a little shake. There we go. That was different. It's just like your whole area got dusted. We're going to invite your space to calibrate and harmonize and to accommodate the upgrades that you are receiving through this call. Your electronics harmonizing, your electronics. There we go. Ooh. Harmonizing your field. I'm going to state this first person if this feels right. Just affirm silently. I am fully embodied. I am anchored and aligned with Gaia and fully connected to my own divine source and guidance. If there is any energetic residue that it does not belong to me, I send back to where it belongs, transmuted, transformed, and blessed. And I call forth any energy that is lingering, calling it back to me, blessed, transformed, integrated in grace and ease. And I'm noticing the energy of grace just coming all around into this beautiful circle within your I Am frequency bandwidth. We call forth our highest soul signature for us at this time, our highest level of awareness for us at this time in alignment with the I Am presence. And we connect in joyfully to the highest possibility, potential, in authenticity, in alignment with our I Am frequency bandwidth. I am that I am. I am that I am. I am that I am. Okay, just take a deep breath in. And just let go. You feel a lot of recalibrating happening right now. So what are you noticing, Alara?
Yeah, definitely recalibration happening and more like a lot of changing. You know, I can barely keep my eyes open. You know, I'm not tired, but I can't barely keep my eyes open because there's so much energy coming in at the same time, flooding my field.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was
Yes.
like,
Um,
I
so
can barely
yes,
talk even. Sorry, go ahead.
yes, I could feel this coming in today already. And, you know, it was interesting because I really was guided to drink a lot of water and to eat even more higher vibrationally than I already did, which accommodated into a piece of organic fruit, and that was it.
Mm.
And so it's just, but then it was interesting because I started to go into judgment about that. Okay, well, I need more food, like, you know, grounding. And it was like, okay, just connect in with the energy of what you need, which we can do that with the morphic resonance of what we need. So if you are requiring the vibration of whatever that is, whether it's kale, whether it's a state, whether it's whatever it is, you can connect in with that. We have that ability. And it feels like that shifted even more so in 2020 now. We are really aligning with our superpowers in a whole other way.
Awesome.
So
Yay.
do you notice that too? Did you notice a big shift as 2020 occurred? And then even now since the 22.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing, it's like all of these new, it feels like we've been activated and we're integrating, and at the same time it's like the energy is pushing us to step out of our comfort zone, step out of the old ways of being, right?
Yes. Oh my goodness, yes. And that can be a little daunting
Mm-hmm.
because you know what that does is it triggers all of those old patterns of being killed for our truth and things that remnants of what we have thought we've cleared, but there's another layer of that.
Yeah.
So, you know,
There's
that's how
always
you
another
know you're
layer.
right on track. Yeah, if you're out of your comfort zone.
So
Yeah,
it's like just be willing to step out of your comfort zone and just keep going, right? And it's like it's one step after the other, one foot after the other, right?
yes, definitely. So there's something I want to tell you. So we're still in the new moon energy. We're in the first quarter energy of the Aquarian new moon.
Mm-hmm.
And so what that means, this is the take action phase. And we're still in the first quarter until tomorrow at 4:48 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So whatever that is equating for your time zone. So that's whatever got planted at the new moon time. That has to do with your genius, your brilliance, your authenticity. We're still in that take action phase.
Mm.
So, and that can be as simple as doing some research, as whatever step you take forward, even the smallest little step, the universe will support you with that.
Yeah.
So one small step you could do today is just set an intent for what you would like to receive on this call. And whenever you're listening to it, you're tapping. All time is now, really.
Mm-hmm.
So we're tapping into that. So
Exactly.
I was led to recommend that in the shower today. So get a lot of information in the shower.
Yeah, for sure. So that's great. Even like during this call, you know, set your intention for what, you know, what action step is still required. What is one small thing you can do? What is one small thing that you would like to create and experience as you're moving forward? I was looking at the moon yesterday, day before yesterday. It's like it's so close, you know, like it's almost at the half, right? So which is like you say tomorrow, you know. So you know, take this opportunity to create those intentions, right?
Yes, yes. And then we're going into the Leo full moon this weekend, which will be the 9th. And so Leo is the energy of the heart and the cosmic heart. Pisces and Leo are two of the most creative signs of the zodiac. So whatever you are divinely inspired to create, the whole energy is the inspiration in spirit and what comes through you in that way. And then taking the awareness not to argue with that.
Yeah.
Because sometimes
go ahead.
Go ahead. Oh,
Well,
go ahead.
I was just going to say this is not about forcing it either, but be in the flow, right? Ask questions and just be in the flow. Don't force anything. Don't make yourself do something. Just see what comes up. Ask the questions and see what comes up.
Yes, and a note on that. I love this. This is just beautifully co-creative. A note on that, if you're not feeling any inspiration, okay, asking the question, okay, what needs to shift? And maybe it's as simple as just moving the energy, whether you're doing some yoga or physically moving, or something to just change it up. And perhaps you're doing some clearing. Moving will also assist that.
Yeah.
Assist that shift.
Exactly. Move that body.
Remember,
move that energy.
Yes. And your team, your I Am team, and I like to look at it as a team, is always there supporting you. It's easier and easier because we have reached way beyond critical mass right now. It's easier and easier to receive the information of what is useful for you. All you have to do is ask. And then let go of your need to have it a certain way and detach from the outcome of that. And that's the conundrum.
Yeah, it is. Exactly. So, it is about asking for what you want and then releasing how it's going to show up and releasing how the outcome looks, right?
Yes, definitely. So how many of you felt new codes coming in as of the 2/22/20? And I did. Wow, I really did. I've been having really weird sleep patterns. I don't know if any of you relate with this, but I tend to fall asleep sitting up at around 10 or 11, and then I'll wake up at 2:30, still sitting up. It's like I go really deep. I dream everything, and then I'm really activated at like 2:30 to 3:30, around 4 o'clock. And then it's just all of this information comes in, and then I actually go to bed and then sleep for a few more hours. And if you're not doing sequential sleep, don't start it. But it's gotten really interesting with that. But anyway, getting back to the 2/22 or 2/20, there were such beautiful energies coming in it was like 2:30 to 3 a.m. around my time. And it was just, it made me just chuckle. I was just like, wow, this is really cool. Wow. And then I couldn't fall asleep until like 5 a.m. It was just so much coming in as downloads.
Yeah.
And it was just amazing. And we're still in that energy. So just notice what might have you noticed at that time or that day. It's very powerful. And we're still in that portal of that.
So, and that's the thing, Christina's saying how she was experiencing huge shifts yesterday and last night from 2 to 4 p.m. Heidi was saying, yes, very varied sleep patterns and burning in my left hip for months. I've been like not sleeping, properly, so not soundly. Oh, Christina said, I meant 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. Yeah. And so even, for me, it's like, I should be going to bed sooner, but I'm not. And it just, and I'm like lying there and tossing and turning. And it's like, and as I'm lying there, I'm feeling the energy flowing, and I'm feeling the energy coming in. And it's like, all right, I'll just receive. It's like, okay, if I'm not going to sleep, I might as well just receive. Right?
Yep. That's just it. And then trusting. And then when we do go back to sleep, or just intending that because it's, in our 3D realm, it's not always useful if you have a meeting that next day or work. And so just intend that whatever sleep you do get, that you're going to awaken restful and rejuvenated.
Yeah.
And so it really does help with that.
And just go with the flow the best you can. Don't resist it as much as you can. Just be an allowance and just observe and see what shifts and changes and see what's coming up for you and see what's changing as you're moving forward day by day.
Definitely. Wow. Oh, yes, we are really living in different times right now that, it's just this boldness, and those of you that are light masters, and I invite you, many of us, I hear light worker all the time, shift that to light master. And those of you that have heard me, and there's a lot of possibly my community listening or will be listening, start to look at yourself as a light master. And you truly are. If you're incarnated here, you are. You have what it takes, especially at this time. We are really moving into this big collective awakening. as of 2020. And you may notice people around you start freaking out a lot. And it's really requiring us at a greater level to stay in our coherence, our harmony, and our center. And then noticing what does trigger us, because therein lies the opportunity. And I know it doesn't always feel great when it triggers us, but there is an opportunity for you to shift an incongruent pattern.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. But a lot of times people go into victimhood, or sometimes they go into what's wrong with me, you know, when they're triggered again. You know, it's like, I should be past this. Why am I still being triggered by this? Why is this still coming up? I've done so much healing work, etc.
Yes. When is it going to be done? That's resistance. That is plain resistance, because we are not only clearing this timeline, we are clearing multidimensional timelines, ancestral timelines. You know, you may be revisiting a resonance from an ancestral DNA code or lineage of something through either mother, father lineage or another multidimensional timeline, and that ancestral lineage through that. I mean, it's just amazing what we're doing. It's so momentous, and we're doing a lot of it in our sleep. A lot of it, you're doing way more shifting than you realize. But what will stop the process, or not stop it, but slow it, is, okay, I've done so much of this, and when is this going to be done? And because that just slows everything up, because you're going into guilt and judgment and, like you mentioned, victim consciousness.
Yeah. And the thing is, we chose to come here and do this, no?
Yes, definitely. Yes.
But we forgot.
I know some of you are rethinking that. Like, why did I do that?
Yeah. Why did I choose to do this? I don't remember.
Well, it's interesting, because I have heard this before, that many beings want to be here, but did not have what it took to actually be in this form. So it's a privilege. It's a privilege to be incarnated here. It is. I know it feels tough.
I laugh at that, because it's like, really? It's like, really? It's like, I don't know about that.
Yep. You have what it takes. You have what it takes. In other words, you've mastered this before in other timelines of ascension processes. And ascension really means activating the interstellar light within your own being and anchoring it here. So you are already a spiritual being having a physical experience. You can do so much more. And many times we give our power away to what we, and a true master will not ask for it, whether it's an ascended master. And, you know, when you really tap into your I am team and the masters that are not incarnated at this time, they're saying, no, you are the ones. You are the boots on the ground. You're the ones that are doing the work. We're assisting. We're co-creating. But you are as much of a master as any ascended master is, or you wouldn't be here, or you wouldn't be listening to this call.
Right.
So this is another level of waking up to that, becoming aware of that.
And that's the thing. The more that we do this work, the more that we attend these types of calls, you know, the more that we start to recognize that, yeah, we are masters. We are doing the work. We are capable. We are, you know, we did choose to be here at this time to do this, because let's face it, not everybody is. I mean, if I look at my own family, nobody in my family is into any of this stuff, you know? So it's like, you know, and really, you know, so if this was a normal thing, you know, everybody would be doing it, right? So, and they're not. So we are the ones that, you know, chose to do this. You know, my family didn't choose to do this, and they look at me and they're like, "You're crazy." So, yeah.
But you know what? You are, yes. And how many? This is really a classic example. How many of us have incarnated, and we were actually the considered, well, we're the choir, but the black sheep of the family, the one that was really just way out there, and and then we tried to shut ourselves down even more, because that feels uncomfortable, to not fitting in. Well, you're not here to fit in. But yes, I can relate to what you shared with that. But you are lifting, you are assisting them so much easier in their path, because everyone you're connected with, you're lifting your whole lineage
Yeah.
with you as you lift yourself, as you awaken to the master that you are. You're lifting everyone with you without doing anything.
They don't have to do anything.
Right, right. You're already doing a lot.
You know, and that's the thing. It's like sometimes we don't even recognize how much of a difference we're making in humanity, you know, for humanity, right? We don't get it. We're focused on our own stuff, right? That's coming up, and it's like we just get bogged down by that, but we don't realize that everything that we're doing is impacting everybody else, right? It's affecting everybody else.
Yes.
It's helping everybody else at the same time. So, you know, even on those tough days when it feels like I have no idea what's going on, keep going, right? Keep doing it, because you're making a big difference. And this is why we chose to be here now.
Definitely. Yes. In fact, when you are having one of those tough days, in fact, I have offered some bonuses on here too, that there's one that toning with my own powerful voice. Using sound is a really great way of shifting the energy very quickly in your own voice. And that's a free gift that I offered here. I highly recommend, if you do not have that, to look into that, because that I was really led to do that. Sound is a very amazing tool that you can use. And I would recommend that you do not drive with it at first. Yeah. Although I've been using it for a long time. It's just comes through. But using our tools and really connecting in and realizing how much you are assisting everyone just by being you.
Yeah, including yourself. You are helping yourself.
Yep. And a note on that, authentic. We're in the energy of the water bearer, the Aquarian energy. And the water bearer is the ability to carry emotions objectively. In other words, you can carry water and then keep a detachment with it. It's not like the water sign of Cancer, and Pisces and Scorpio, which are really, you're feeling that water, that whatever that is. Scorpio would be like that deep phoenix rising out of the ashes, that really heaviness, that shadow. The water bearer of the Aquarian is allowing you to stay in loving detachment, but to really tap into the ability to carry the emotions and witness the emotions of everyone else without getting really pulled into that.
Right.
So just a note on that. And Aquarian is authentic, being your authentic self. Because oftentimes I'll hear someone say, well, that's not spiritual. Well, everything is spiritual. Spiritual just means not material. Is it spiritual to get angry? Yes. Sometimes it's your authentic self. Being crabby, let yourself be who you are. There's throughout the rule books of what spiritual means.
Yeah, exactly. I love it. And that's the thing. It's like, you know, especially now, this is what I'm finding. It's like we are being asked and urged and prodded to just be our authentic selves, however that looks. So, I try always to be nice and kind and gentle, but it doesn't always happen. Sometimes I get, really intense and just like, this is it. But that's still me. And I'm okay with that. It's like, that is how I am sometimes. So it's like, that's fine. So this is about letting yourself be that without apology, without conditions, without restricting yourself, but still be kind as much as you can be. So it's like, I don't want to not be kind. But even when you're being your authentic self, when you be that and other people around you see that, then they can be that too, and that's when all the walls start to come down. That's when the barriers start to come down. That's when we can truly shine and live in this reality and, embodying our I am presence, right?
Yes. Being in it, not of it. And that's a really beautiful awareness, because I have a lot of prominent Cancer. I'm Leo, but I'm Cancer rising and Venus in Cancer. So the crabby energy can come out now and again. And if I find I project it, I will always get a little tap on my shoulder and say, okay, well, you did project it. It was not my intent to do that. I just got in the moment of that, and I will apologize. I will take responsibility for any projections. However, it's okay to, to have those periods of that and not judge yourself for it. Many times when I get like that, it's a sign that I need to move. Physically move, like work out or yoga or something, dance. as if no one's watching.
Yeah. It just means there's some stuck energy, some intense energy. Just, you know, yeah, I get it. I get it. That's when I usually go for a walk, you know. Oops, sorry.
Yep.
I'm saying that
Or an
word out
Epsom salt
loud.
bath.
Oops.
Yep. Yep. An Epsom salt bath works amazing too when you're shifting a lot of energy. Light some candles in an Epsom salt bath with beautiful essential oils help you just shift that energy, and you'll just sweat. And then I use sound too, and right in the bath. It's just amazing what. And if you don't have a bath, just soaking your feet in that too is really useful and helpful.
Awesome.
Because
So
I
can
have
we
people
talk a
that
little
will give
bit
me the
about,
excuse.
sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I have people that will give me the excuse, well, I don't have a bathtub. And it's like, all right, work with what you have.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I wanted to talk a little bit about, you know, how we can feel, because I know there are people on the call who don't feel very much, right? So how can we feel more the frequency of our I am presence, our team that's always with us?
Okay, that's a great question. Many times when I'm working with people, and this is especially true if you are clearing a lot of incongruent energy. We all have learned how to leave our bodies, move out of our bodies. In other words, scattering our energy. The word ego literally means energy going out. So the first step is just gathering yourself in, gathering and centering, using the breath. Breathing is really important. And then again, that PDF that comes in one of the free gifts that I have that I mentioned before, I am fully embodied. Start to work with that. And then going into I like to work with the field of the heart, just dropping into that field of the heart and letting go. And just breathing as if I love the heart mat work because they have that quick coherence technique where you're breathing in and out through the field of the heart. And then bringing up the energy of appreciation. In other words, you're changing and shifting your frequency. Okay, the frequency has to match. So whatever you need to do to shift the frequency, whether it's using sound, you're moving your vibration into the state that it is really useful for healing and transformation. And you will start to feel that frequency of your I am. Start to dialogue with your I am team 24/7. And I do mean that literally. This is not a booming voice that you're going to hear. For many of you, I worked with someone yesterday that asked that question, and they're well on their spiritual path. And because they've watched all these, so many other people that are really into phenomenon and talk about this, you're not going to hear a big booming voice. It's going to feel very familiar because your I am is with you in every incarnation, multidimensionally, as well as now. You will really hone that subtle guidance, that inspiration that moves you toward something specific. Whether it's, like you mentioned, take a walk, whether it's mentioned, okay, tap into this right now, or call this person, or sign up for this event, or go listen to this music. Whatever the inspiration is, you will be given a step, and you will start to feel this shift, this energy through you. And sitting and working with that field of the heart, exploring this high frequency energy, and just feeling your vibration raise. And another note on that, keeping your grids really clear. You can ask your I am when it is useful for you to be aware of your grids around your home. And then all I do is just ask that they be recalibrated and raised in vibration to where they need to be right now. Okay, because especially when there's a lot of collective clearing, you want to keep a coherent space. Start to act as if the master you already are, even if it's the furthest thing than you're feeling right now. And you will start to begin to feel this frequency. You can ask in this heart field, this I am around you, to, let's say you want to feel the frequency of a master that you work with, you connect with, which for me, very prevalently is Kuan Yin and Babaji. They work with me, they come in very frequently. You can ask that through your IM team that they bring their specific signature or frequency in that you can palpably notice. And be patient with this and just play with this. Like, okay, Kuan Yin, send your frequency through my IM team so that I may feel this right now. Feel how this feels in my being. Let's just bring that in right now. Whew. And Kuan Yin is interesting that I'm mentioning her because she literally is the goddess of compassion, and she who hears the cries of the world right now. Her frequency is coming in really strong right now. Just focus in your heart. Whew. Just notice what you're noticing. Okay? Notice what you're noticing. Just drop into that heart field and just feel that. Whew. I'm really, really feeling this right now. Just and please do not judge yourself if you're not feeling it. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Really nice.
I'm seeing a dial in front of me right now, and I work very holographically and very playfully in an unconventional way. So I'm seeing a dial right in front of me right now. I'm seeing a dial in front of all of you. Just turn that dial up just a little bit, not too much, because what's going to happen is your life could get really chaotic because you're making space for more of that connection. So just a little bit. You can work with that dial. Wow, that just went right into the field holographically for you. Just whatever calibration dial, just turn that up a little bit. It can be your communication dial. Okay, and then I'm also noticing the throat center here. There we go. That's where you receive and you give. That throat has been shut down for many people, and it's very connected with that first and that second chakra. So opening up that throat center, that communication, pineal gland, Alta Major, Soma chakra. There we go, just activating this. This is a little bit more than I wanted to get into right now. We will be doing an activation at the end, so please stay on the call with these coming in. But right now I'm seeing the throat center activating a little bit more. It is safe to speak my truth. I am speaking my truth. I am speaking forth what wants to emerge from me. That is divinely inspired. Okay, sound tone here. Ooh. Wow, I just saw something released from the back of the throat center for some of you that really was connected with ancestors and ancestral, almost like ancestors being killed for their truth. There's like you're like the torchbearer for your lineage. You're like carrying on what they were unable to do, and where that got distorted. DNA codes and distorted DNA is actually being corrected right now. Just seeing a lot happening with that, with the back of the throat center. Ooh, just gently, if you feel, if this feels right, always go with what feels right with you within and go with what you're noticing, always. That's where discernment kicks in. But I'm noticing just gently tapping on that throat center, just ever so gently. Just allowing that thyroid area to just harmonize with that beautiful throat center. And I'm seeing just some beautiful celestite coming in here and apatite, blue apatite. There we go. It's okay. So this is your receiving, your communication as well as you're speaking this forth. Okay, I just saw several of you with your dials going up a little bit more. Okay, so we're just going to lock that in place, lock that change in place, like save changes. Remember, you are like a computer. We are holographic, beautiful biocomputers, so to speak. This is not getting into the AI at all. You are this beautiful, divine, living library. And just take a deep breath. I'm just going to integrate that change right now. And Alara, did you notice anything different? What are you noticing?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, when Kuan Yin came in and when we amped up the dial a little bit more, and the back of, the Ultra Major, it's always been a big chakra for me where I receive a lot of downloads. Um,
Mhm.
and the throat chakra expanding and opening up more. And I find that with me, um, I don't know, the work that you're doing with me, it just makes me really tired, but not the normal tiredness. Because I normally, when I do energy
Mhm.
work, I yawn a lot, but I'm not yawning, but I'm just like can barely
Mhm.
keep my eyes open. So it's different.
So I want to address that a bit because I facilitate live activations bi-monthly. And I have many people that say they fall asleep. I try and listen to your replay, but I fall asleep. So what's happening is you are actually, your 3D brain is not able to track this. So
Mhm.
you're actually uninstalling old software and new software is coming in. And that's the biggest thing I hear people say. And that's actually a good thing. What you want to do is notice what's different. Even from this shift, that was a pretty big shift. And
Yeah.
I'm seeing like this huge torsion field right at the soul star right now. So, but everyone's ready for it or it wouldn't be showing up.
Hmm.
So, and a note on, I'm not doing anything. All I do is align with my I am, and through my team, that's what takes place. And I'm just witnessing some of the changes, and it's only a very small amount of what's actually really happening is what I'm able to track and witness.
Yeah.
So you notice what you're noticing, and I would love to hear comments or feedback of what you're noticing or what you did.
Hmm.
But much like Kuan Yin came in, you can work with your own I am frequency with that and the masters that work through you. So a note on discernment, and I know I had mentioned this. This is a really important time for discernment. And I have many people say, okay, well, how do I channel? Well, all of you are conscious channels when you align with your I am present. And I am a conscious channel. In other words, I do not go into trance, even though I do go into an altered state. And many times I don't always remember what it shows up just because so much information comes in, but I am conscious of it. In other words, I do not stand my body aside for anyone, any other being that comes in. And that's really not advised. And then I also do not work with guides. I work through the guidance of my I am presence, meaning that any being that chooses to interface with me does so through this frequency bandwidth of this I am. Okay, now this does not mean that you will not have loved ones that have crossed over that will make their presence known, but you're still under that bandwidth of your I am presence. You're not, it's different from a guide.
Hmm.
Okay, was that clear?
Yep, absolutely. Yep. Good. Thank you. So even Susanna was saying that this resonates with her. She said, speaking is a huge theme in my life. She's a voice for women who have been silenced for eons. Definitely.
Yes.
Maybe you're
Well,
that voice now, Susanna.
yes, and I want to mention that prepare, and this is for men as well as women. The divine feminine has really come in with these shifts as never before, and that's going to just accelerate through this whole decade. And this divine feminine has this really stick to it, this very strong energy, this very strong power. And it's really assisting with this incongruent wounded male archetypal energy that is that is what is coming up to clear right now worldwide, that we're witnessing with a lot of the chaos.
Mm-hmm.
What that is that beautiful light that's pushing that to the surface. But this divine feminine energy, and when you really tap in and align with it, and both male and female have that. In fact, I was guided actually to wear pink and blue today, and then the gold. So it's like, oh, no, it had to be pink and it had to be blue, but that's the representative of the divine feminine with the divine masculine in perfect harmony.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
that's beautiful. So those of you that are incarnated as women and bringing that energy in, really are stepping up to your mission, and the men too that are very balanced with the divine feminine. But for the most part, the women are ushering it in.
Yeah, and Christina says, this must be why I get so many male clients. I keep wondering why. And she said, I'm wearing a pink sweater with navy blue shirt. Yeah. Balance, harmony. Yeah. Awesome. And so you're talking a little bit right now just about the divine mission. So I wanted to talk about people's divine mission, how to connect with it, and why we may be receiving a kick in the butt from our team right now in taking action. And at the same time, why are we resisting taking action?
Well, that's a good question. Well, we have those remnants, that cellular memory of being killed for our truth. This happened before and we didn't make it, or, whatever that was, that trauma around that. So I invite you to be present with that. Like literally be very still, go into the field of the heart and just ask for that, where that timeline is, and just really just sit with it and invite your I Am team to just bring that awareness forth. And just put your full attention onto that from the field of the heart with loving detachment. And just allow that to start coming up to clear. I'm just seeing some golden, I'm just seeing like this beautiful portal of this heart field. Because you cannot observe something without having an effect with it. You have to be of the frequency where the energy can shift. And that's of that highest frequency. And the first part, even with your mission, is aligning with that I Am. That's the first part. Seeing where I'm going with that. And the kick in the butt. So what happened was when we went through that, the 11, when those beautiful energies were coming in with the Saturn, the Pluto-Saturn conjunction. Okay, that was we had the eclipse energy. Eclipses affect energy for 6 months. And this was on the 10th of January. And then we had the 11th, which was Saturday. And then we had the Pluto-Saturn conjunction on the 12th. And that was a really powerful collective awakening. It's almost like I'm seeing this little bell that went off. And those are, so all of the structures that are into the service to self energy, and I could spend way more on this than I'm planning on doing, but all of the structures, whether it's corporations, whether it's what people are doing, whatever on the planet, that was in alignment with service to self, that is no longer for the good of everyone, are coming up to clear, are no longer going to be sustained within this service to others vibration. And that's in the energy that the star seeds carry. And your mission is, that's why you incarnated. It's service to others. So we are watching the literally dismantling, and it's bringing up a lot of fear for people. And it's going to get very interesting. So you're getting a kick in the butt because you are here more, you have more of a consciousness of what is happening. Many people are losing the energy of even feeling hopeful. They feel that there's no hope for anymore, but you're here to carry that vibration forth. And you may not know what your mission is, but I'll give you a clue. Your mission here is to hold that coherence and that light in whatever brings you joy, whether you're led to outwardly work with people, whether you're led to work with animals, whether you're led to, in whatever you're doing, whether you're led to work with children or the elderly, wherever you're being led in inspiration, inspired, that is the key. And doing it joyfully. It can be the most mundane work that you do, and you can bring in the energy of divine consciousness there. You may be planted in one of those structures that is dismantling. And you are actually a seed, like an inside-out seed that's going to help that energy shift. So trust that. Trust where you are planted. You can ask, okay, is there something with my mission that I'm ready to embrace that would bring me even more joy? So then when you ask that, you are given a piece of that. You're given the next step. You're not given the whole mission right in front of you. Well, some of you might, but for the most part, it's pretty much the next step. Because if you were to see the totality of your mission, it would probably, you would probably pull the covers over your head and not get them.
Yeah, true.
So So follow
It's
that
need
next
to know
step.
basis, right? Need to know basis.
Yeah. And we're still evolving it. There is no there. There's no there with the ascension process. Everything, all of creation is in a state of evolution. The earth has gone the furthest away from divine source energy and separation, and it's going back very quickly in a matter of a few short years. It's like if you were to pull a rubber band back and you were to let that go, that's kind of how we're doing. I mean, you're clearing lifetimes in an hour or so. I mean, it's
that's mind-boggling, right?
Yes, and a note on that, with all of these planets in the stellium of Earth signs, we have Jupiter, we have Saturn, we have all in Capricorn, Pluto, all in Capricorn. We're here to anchor this here now. But a note on that, your physical body, we have Uranus, which is a planet of brilliance and genius, which is in Taurus right now. They're all Earth signs. So it's also you're in a physical body. You are part of that Earth elemental and the other elementals as well. But your physical body has to be able to handle these big downloads and these shifts. So we need to really pay attention to our physical body, physical vehicle, taking care of it. You may need more rest. You may need a change in your diet, and throw out all the rule books on that. Go with what feels right within. If you've been eating, kale regularly for the last few years, and all of a sudden you're feeling like, okay, well, I want something different. I want celery. I want whatever it is, something different. Let your body have that. If there is something on your list that is said taboo, like if you're led to have like a candy bar, all of a sudden you're just like, okay, I want this and I don't know why I wanted it. It's not high vibrational. Let yourself have it. It may just be a bite or two of that might link you into a whole incongruent piece that can shift from that, having that. It doesn't mean that you're going to constantly be doing that. So just, you can ask the question with your IM team. Remember, there's a team member that will help you with anything, the most mundane 3D task to the most highest frequency connection that you can do. Begin to look at your IM as a team. It's your team, your entourage of helping you navigate the 3D. Navigating 3D. This is the least real dimension.
Awesome. Thank you. And that's the thing. It's like we do have support to help us along the way. We're not alone doing this. Okay.
No. Yes.
Yes. So Kim, I wanted to take a few minutes and talk about the 3 special offers that we have.
Okay.
It's a good time. And then after that, we'll do the activation and some questions, right?
Oh, I would love that. Yes. Yes.
Awesome. Oops. All right. So for those of you who are on the live page, you can just click on special offer. And those of you who are not, you can go to alara.at/show/Kim2. So we have 3 special offers, package A, B, and C. And package A is Kim's Magical Transformation Holographic MP3 collection. So I'm going to let Kim talk about that for a few minutes.
Yes, my happy place. Okay, so these are very, this is some of my favorite work, some of my best work throughout the years. That's why it's called Magical Transformation Holographic MP3 Collection. So, and a note on that, many people that I work with that end up going into the packages, I find that when people have been working with me, whether it was on my bi-monthly calls or these MP3s, I'm able to go way farther than with them in a session. And because they're already connecting and calibrating, because all of the activations, all of the MP3s are always working through that IM frequency. So it will help you to feel that frequency, that it will help you to embody that IM presence. This is a series of guided activations, holographic journey. Okay, so what is a holographic journey? It is an activation through the quantum field of potentiality and possibility. Always aligned with the I am present. I facilitate, like I mentioned, in a very playful, unconventional way, that I have Uranus in the first house that gets me very much playing in my inner weird. So these are beautiful MP3 journeys that are calibrated to assist you at the highest frequency. There's language of light transmissions that come through, sound upgrades, and every time you listen to this is not like a one-time listen and I'm finished. You will continue where you've left off in consciousness, even years later. So the first part, package A, is Mastery Tools 101A and 101B. And this is day-to-day mastery tools of how to shift your frequency, how to use very grounded abilities in the now when something happens. Let's say you get triggered or something shows up out of the blue. That's usually what happens when we get triggered. How to navigate that, how to work with that, how to shift that, how to really step out of that victim consciousness. And so that's how to dance with whatever is presenting. Also working with the ego consciousness, especially the wounded ego consciousness. That's what at Mastery Tools 101A and 101B is. Living your light, authentic, resonant self and working with the field of the heart. The second one is recalibrating the biofield matrix. This is working with your body and upgrading with your nervous system, the endocrine system, the chakras system, working with color frequencies, geometries, and sound. And this was actually recorded at a live event. I love doing live classes. I work with small groups of people at this time. I do see myself working with larger groups. And I really enjoy the shifts that occur with that. So this was actually recorded for that. A lot of crystalline DNA codes came in and a lot of recalibrating, realigning. So that's really good when you need to realign or you're feeling that upgrade is necessary. If you're dropping a lot of density, in other words, really in your stuff, that will assist. Because again, we're assisting the physical body right now so much in the physical vehicle because your body is actually able to withstand and ignite this interstellar light. That's what the ascension process is. In other words, this may really freak some of you out, but okay, it's not necessarily to die to ascend. Okay, some of us are doing this in the body. We are literally shifting our bodies into light. And we are rejuvenating our bodies. We are transmuting that various death process and how we've done it as we exit this draconian grid. And that's a whole other conversation. So the third one is I am embodying my I am presence. This is really calibrated for you to connect more with your I am. It's got a very playful energy with it. There's also very many unique upgrades with this I am presence, with this connecting, also DNA activations, dormant DNA as well. Also, the Ascended Masters really came in with this, as they do with all of them. They're all really unique, each holographic activation. Expanding forth is expanding your eye magic in action. Okay, we have learned how to shut that down in childhood. How often do you remember children being told, or you as a child being told, well, that's only your imagination, and you shut it down? Okay, our whole school system was not designed to foster creative imagination. It's just not. So we've lost our touch in how to connect with that. But your imagination is your eye magic in action. And so how to really connect with this. This is very fun, light and playful, as many of them. My Leo, the sun, loves to play. And I have Saturn in the 5th house, which is the Leo house. So I can go the deepest levels with people and then in a playful, unconventional way. And then keep it all safe, because I can take people way out there with the Cancer energy and the feeling safe there, and then assist you with that. So really, really connecting with that imagination in the quantum field. Okay, the 5th is I am the frequency of gratitude, the golden key to abundance. Gratitude is a very creative energy. This is all about working through the Stargate of the heart and connecting in with that frequency of gratitude and what that feels like in your body. And if you just seek gratitude, everything is showing up for you. just connecting in with authentic gratitude, not just, okay, I'm going to feel gratitude so that I can manifest this and this and this. That doesn't work. It's actually authentic gratitude. So we'll say that, and this is an activation for that. Very powerful. 6 says, I am seeding the consciousness of miracles in my 3D world. This was created in the Taurus new moon, and this was created in nature. And again, this is going to connect in with Uranus, that brilliance, that wisdom. It was under the new moon of Taurus. And so I was guided to record this outside. I live in a nature setting in rural, north central Wisconsin. And this was just beautiful. The birds that came in with this whole activation was just amazing. You get that nature piece with that. Remember, nature has never gone into separation. So nature is a really beautiful way of, if you want to feel connected, going in and connecting in with nature. So that was really beautiful what came in with that activation and the energy of miracles. And this was done early in, well, the Taurus is May, in the energy of May. But it was just beautiful, all the nature beings that showed up. So that's for that one. The 7th is meeting your future selves. This is actually working with time travel, as several of these are. Connecting in with your future self, the you that's already succeeded in your mission, the you that already knows your divine mission. This is an activation to meet that future self, to really connect in and to tap into the skill sets and the wisdom of that future self. And then every time you listen to this one, you're going to strengthen your alignment and embodiment of this presence in your 3D world. The 8th is I am crystalline light. And these are bringing in new crystalline codes. This is one of my more recent activations. It brings in the energy of Ananda lights, which literally are divine bliss. It's so super powerful with the Ananda lights. A lot of angelic and Davic and crystalline beings co-created with us with this upgrade. And again, very beautiful, because that's what we're actually doing. We're changing our carbon-based beings into crystalline. Okay, literally, we're transforming our beings into crystalline. And that's why we really are paying attention to the physical vehicle right now, because it's going through so much shifts and changes. Okay, so that was package A, and that's 111. Highly recommend, please do not drive during these activations, because as Alara mentioned, she may notice herself falling asleep or getting very sleepy. That will occur during this. I have a very good client friend that if she's unable to fall asleep at night, she listens to the activations, and it's not about, always going to sleep or having it. You're getting out of the way. In other words, your 3D mind, your consciousness, into this higher realm where the beautiful galactic star beings, you and your multidimensional future selves and present can really connect in and assist you. So you're getting out of the way of that. So that's package A, and that's 111. Package B is a standalone session. Okay, a deep transformational session. And I work about 60 to 75 minutes, sometimes longer with people. I really go, I don't put a time, I don't set a timer. It's really deep transformational work. I never realize what's going to show up. The session begins when it's booked. It's booked through me. And at this time, I don't have a scheduler for that. And so people will notice big shifts starting to occur, or they'll notice that their stuff starts coming up before the session. So it's really deep dive. And that's my Saturn in Scorpio. I have Saturn in Scorpio in the 5th, so I really go very deep with people, clearing implants, entities, all sorts of things, whatever you're ready to show up with and wherever you're ready to shift and do. Again, it's all about alignment with that I am presence as well, because I do take people through an alignment in the beginning. And so that's 147, the standalone package. And then package C includes all of package A and package B, and then you get 2 bonuses. And there are 2 activations in this package C, where the holographic activations that I facilitate One is Magical Possibilities at 0 Point. This was an amazing activation that I had done. And then Magically Grounding. Okay, that's another holographic live activation that was very powerful. These are 90-minute activations. And so you will continue where you've left off. Even if you have done some of these activations before, you will continue. So there also, you will receive a special link code for those, and then a $50 coupon off a second session. Okay, and then that's scheduled with me off a future session for this. So that's a really amazing package that I'm very excited about.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And that's the thing, is like, if you just do package A alone, it's 9 MP3s. But if you do package A and B, you get the 9 MP3s plus the bonus MP3s plus the $50 coupon for the second session and the personal session. And Christina just wrote in the chat, she said, I highly recommend the sessions with Kim. So, you definitely want to take a look at it. And if you're looking for change, then you definitely want to get package C, because that way you can start to use the MP3s before your session with Kim. But like Kim said, as soon as you book your session, the work starts, right? So you don't have to worry about, oh, my session might be in 2 weeks. Well, it's already started as soon as you book a session.
Yes.
I was going to say something. What was it? I forget. So.
Yes, many times, I will say something on that. Many times people will have a laundry list when they book the session, and then by the time we get to working, that's shifted a lot. So it's interesting. The new things are showing up. So your IM team, this is all through your IM team and my IM Alchemy team. So your IM team will start to bring that to your awareness. So many people will notice, things may start to surface. In other words, when something's getting ready to shift, it gets louder. It gets your attention more.
Right. Yeah. And then, so then if you're in allowance to the change, you can shift it more easily than if you're just resisting, right? If you're resisting, it's going to be a little bit more difficult. You're going to feel more, I don't know, perhaps symptoms of, of resistance more. But if you're just in the allowance of, it's time to change this thing, whatever it happens to be, is not working for me. Let's shift it. Let's change it. Let's move forward. Then it'll be quicker and easier, right? There'll be more ease.
Yes. Yes, it's getting out of our own way.
Yeah.
Yes. But resistance does come up, and no judgment if a resistance does come up. I mean, it is what our nature is. We resist. We resist change. We resist shift. However, just like the quantum field of wave and particle, you are literally wave. Your physical body is trapped light. You are trapped light. So as we become more fluid and more wave-like, you become very ethereal. And so to connect in with that wave of flow.
Yeah, exactly. That's what you are, flow, and the more that we can flow, the easier everything becomes. And so there was something I was going to say, and I can't remember what it was now. Totally gone, totally left my mind. So if anybody has any questions, you can hit the raise your hand button. There's a raise your hand thing, Majiggy, or you can type in the chat. And if you don't know how to raise your hand, that's okay. You can just unmute yourself. Okay. So there was a question earlier from Caroline, and she was asking, am I moving homes? What comes through?
Okay, so the first thing I tap in with that, home is within you. Are you moving home? I feel that very esoterically when you ask that question. You need to connect in with the home within you first, and then you'll get more clarity on that question. And home is your I am. So that's the answer I'm getting for you. That may change for you, but you need to connect in with the home frequency, and that's with your divine higher self inform, your embodied I am. That's the home you're truly wanting to connect in with.
Awesome. Great.
And
Thank
it's
you.
not to say that you won't either yes or no, but that's the connection that will bring you the clarity that you're seeking.
So Pat has raised her hand. So Pat, I'm going to go ahead and unmute you. Oops, go ahead, Pat. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Great.
Yes.
I'm feeling very lightheaded, and it depends on the day, the frequencies. Am I being affected by the frequencies coming into the earth?
Yes, most definitely. So lightheaded, you're feeling lightheaded a lot or on this call?
Yeah, a lot.
Okay. So my advice to you is more grounding, more earthing, spending time just really working with grounding yourself, being in your body. I'm feeling there's some work to be done in the first 3 chakras, the root chakra right now, feeling
Okay.
that's cool. Okay, opening up those centers in the feet, just connecting in. We're just going to connect in and feeling Gaia really working with you here with
Yes.
this. But just take a deep breath. Okay, so stating I am Pat. I am Pat. I am fully embodied. I am connected to Gaia.
I am Pat. I am fully embodied, connected to Gaia.
Okay, just connect in with that. Opening up those energy centers, the feet. Just connecting into the Earth Star, just connecting all the way into that diamond energy. And I'm seeing I'm seeing magnetite around you right now. There's crystalline energy wanting to come in, shungite, pyrite right now. Seeing you actually literally standing on a pyrite sphere. Okay, what are you noticing in your body?
Yeah, I'm noticing my legs were activating and my feet.
Yes. So working with the energy, yes, opening up those centers in the feet. They're not fully all the way. So opening up those, there we go. Okay, I'm really noticing the heels, your heels. Working with the energy of the heels.
Okay.
Ooh. Okay, there we go. Connecting in. Okay, and I'm noticing the energy, the morphic resonance of redwood trees coming in. Whoa, I'm seeing you standing in a grove of 3 redwoods. And you can actually put your hand, there's one right behind your back. You're putting your hand out in front and then the side of you. Actually 3, but there's one here. Okay, there's a 4th though, but it's almost in the etheric. Ooh. It's almost like, yeah, it's like in another timeline. It's like wow, that's really interesting. There's a 4th, but it's in the etheric. It's like bridging this, whatever you're bringing in, you're bridging. But the redwoods, the 3 that are in the physical that I'm seeing like on this plane here are assisting you right now. Just connect in and breathe in with that. I'm feeling they're tapping into their root system. It's very, whew, there we go. Okay, connect all the way in with that center of Gaia's diamond. Anchor into the diamond code. So what are you noticing?
Yes, I feel my energy going deeper. Yeah.
Okay, very good. And so we're just going to bring in some integration with what you're experiencing. Yeah, just integrating and harmonizing. And I'm feeling this beautiful light green energy going out around your grids. It almost looks like green amethyst, which is prasiolite. Just this beautiful green energy around your home and just aligning with that, supporting you. Yeah,
I feel very supported in my spirit. Yes, I do.
Yes. Yes, I'm just feeling you just getting this really big hug from your I am all around you. Feels really good. This is for everyone, by the way. This is for everyone. What Pat brought in was a grounding for everyone.
So grateful. Thank you.
Thank you, Pat.
Beautiful. Blessings.
So grateful.
Awesome. Good, good, good. So All right, 1 second. So I'm going to take a question from Christina. So I don't want to take too many questions because I want to make sure we take time to do the activation. So Christina, I'm going to go ahead and unmute you. Go ahead.
Hey, Kim and Alara, I'm having actually really similar to Pat, and that my blood pressure drops every time I get up and I black out and almost pass out. And I've been wondering, like one of my friends who's what's it called? Medium, or a medical medium. He said that when that had happened, with him, it had to do with a possession. And that scares the hell out of me, of course, but I don't really think that's what's going on. And just then when you were doing this visualization with Pat, when you got to the hematite in the earth, I mean, I could just feel it sucking the energy out of my legs and like almost magnetizing me to the earth, which I've always felt. So I didn't know if you had any other insights. I mean, that was really helpful, what you did with Pat.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, definitely. So, yes, wow, I'm really feeling that with you. So that shifted for you. And that was the intent, that whoever got on the call would be for everyone, as it always is. But I specifically did that intent. I'm seeing the Hara energy. Well, blood pressure is life force energy. So there may be some things to shift. I'm hearing ancestral patterns with that.
Okay.
And that would be more than I would get in on this call.
We'll talk about it on my call. It's coming up.
Yes. Okay. But I'm not getting anything as far as possession. That didn't feel right. So that didn't resonate. Again, and that's really interesting because you were already getting that message, that you went with your own guidance within.
Mm-hmm.
So Hara energy, like working with the Hara, like is there, I'm almost seeing you doing some yoga or something with the Hara energy, the life force energy. That's the energy around the navel, the Hara, and just working with that Hara life force. Okay. And I'm feeling a lot of divine feminine coming in with that too. It's almost like the divine feminine piece of where you've shut down that, where the divine feminine was shut down and how you relate with that.
Yes.
Information, that goes out. There's more information coming in. So just be present with that and work with grounding and see what shows up for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Much love. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good. Thank you, Christina. All right, so let me see. There was a question from Susanna, and she says, "This team thing is new to me. Do Ascended Masters belong to everybody's team? And what's the difference with a master who's in your team and a master that you ask to work with you? I've also felt connected to dragons since the beginning of my journey. Is there a specific dragon who's been with me long time?"
Okay, so I invite you, Suzanne, to go within your heart, and what do you get with that? There's a reason that question came forth. Yeah, you have several dragons. It's almost like waking up primordial energy within you. And I'm almost getting really a strong connection to Lemurian timeline with that. That was a good question, what you asked about the team. So if you look, so it's not about going into separation with this. So and this is for everyone. So your I am is with you in every incarnation. So it is your divine spark that becomes more of a blazing inferno, if you will. The more that we embody with this, the more that we clearing out the incongruent energy, the more what connects in is that deeper embodiment of you as your higher self, your I am presence. You are God, you are divine source. So begin to look at this as this, you have many beings like placeholders of consciousness that surround you within this I am presence. In other words, there's an I am presence faculty member that assists you with your work, that assists you with spirituality. It's all of the same. It's not about going into separation with it. It's like your body. It's a container, and it has the feet, the lungs, the liver, the pancreas, etc., along with the biofield, with the chakras. That's like your I am team too. So incidentally, and I've shared this with many of my community, and they know this well, it was during a spin class. I love working out a lot. I do a variety of working out, from yoga all the way to weight training to whitewater kayaking and everything about that. But I was in a spin class one day, and it was in a really heavy, accelerated, heart rate up piece of the spin class. And my IM team, and I get a lot of information that way, working out, weight training, but they brought in this bicycle wheel. And you know how the bicycle wheel will have those spokes. So I was in the center, and my IM team was around me. I was shown this metaphor, and all of the spokes of the wheel, and there were infinite amount of spokes. And do not try and get your 3D head around that. But each spoke represented a different energy or a different skill set that could connect in with that IM team. And so your second part of your question was, there are certain masters and angels and archangels that have worked with you that you are actually embodied as that being in other timelines. So you are already connected in with those beings. There are many other masters that will come in, but they work through, they have to be of the frequency bandwidth of this I am presence. In other words, that frequency, that highest frequency of, and it's even beyond fifth dimension, because the I am frequency actually starts at like eighth dimension and beyond, but of the frequency bandwidth of polarity. In other words, no duality. Okay, many beings that are working with guides are working with beings that there can be faker spirits that say that they're this master or that master. So that's why I really teach working with your I am presence and setting it up that any being that interfaces with you does so through this I am presence. It has to be of the frequency that is of polarity, that will not dissuade you or actually feed on your energy. Because a true master will not ask for your energy, or there won't be any of that. So I believe that answered your question somewhat. I'm hoping that it does. And I invite you to explore that for yourself and how that feels, like working with that I am. And then you will notice a different, like masters that come to your awareness. And again, you do not give your power away to anyone, be it benevolent, star nation, star galactic being, or an ascended master. Your power is your power. And that's where the discernment piece comes in. You are a light master, okay? A true master will not ask for it. So be wary of that. Be mindful of that. And sometimes your I am presence will give you some discernment lessons, especially if you're doing work with others. So always go within. Does this resonate at the deepest level of my heart field? Your heart is your portal to omnipresence and the stargate. Another area you may connect in with is your core star, which is between the heart and the solar plexus. And for some people, the center is their gut. What does that feel like within my being? Okay, it's where your superpowers resonate. That's the connection you have with your I am. So, Alara, is there something you want to add with that? It feels like you...
Nope, that's great. And, and that's the thing, is like, if you want to work, and I'm sure you already mentioned this, if you want to work with a specific master, you can. It doesn't mean you're giving away your power, but you're just inviting them to work with you, to be a part of your team. And, we, as we work with dragons as well, and they just come in to serve and to support and to add their energies, their frequencies, their vibrations, processes, whatever it happens to be. But you are still, the highest power that there is. Like, you yourself in your core being are it, right? And everybody else is there to support you, whatever you desire and require in that moment. So nobody's greater than you, nobody's better than you, but they're just there to support, okay?
That's a good place. And, Kuan Yin, there's a lot of depictions of Kuan Yin on her dragon. So yes, the dragons are the original ley lines of the earth. So they will come in too with that frequency bandwidth of that I am. Yeah. Same with crystallines, same with dolphins. They're more intergalactic. They're here, they're bridging the grids here. They're working with us intergalactically. Another is Sasquatch, the ancient ones. They're part of that ancient energy. They are really loving beings. And we've been taught to fear them. Oh, Bigfoot, they'll appear to those that they want to appear to, because they can appear and dematerialize at will. And they are very beautiful, loving beings. And so, yeah, very much dragons are part of this as well.
Yeah, I work with them all the time. And so, but, you know, they're part of my team. So they're here to assist, you know, whatever I need in that moment, right?
Yes. And
So,
if you
yeah.
have, I'll give you a hint on that. If you have a master being that's showing up, there's a good chance that it's part of your team, that there's a resonance there that you're connecting, or they wouldn't even show up.
Yeah, and see how it feels to you. You know, just again,
yeah.
you know, just check in with your own knowing too.
Yes, definitely.
Does it feel good?
Always.
You know? Yeah. So, yeah. All right. So, Kim, are you ready for the activation?
I am.
So I'm just going to remind everybody again, if you're driving, please don't connect fully to the activation, you know, or pull over or something, you know, so don't be listening to the activation when you're driving, okay? You can always listen to it later.
Yes, it will be there. You will receive what you're needing to receive, and we're just going to, I'm just seeing like the safety net coming in with that right now. Okay, that feels good. Okay, so just taking a few deep breaths. And so again, a holographic activation is not a guided meditation. I'm noticing I'm entering the field of the heart and connecting through my I Am presence, my I Am Alchemy Team Collective, into the quantum field of possibility and potentiality that is in alignment with this I Am energy, this I Am frequency bandwidth. And so I never really know what's going to show up, and it's always calibrated to the consciousness of who's ever on the call, who's ever in the quantum field. There are many joining us in the quantum field, and whoever will be listening to the call. In other words, all time is now. And so I invite you, I'm seeing the spinal column being very straight. So if you're able to hold your spine very straight, and then anything that is restricting you, just allow your feet to be on the ground, uncrossed. Anything that's restricting as far as clothing, just let that come in, because I do see some downloads coming in and getting, a few of them came in earlier with our call. There's more that are coming in that have to do with this 22220. That's 2222. And just give yourself a little stretch and really open up that heart center. And just take a deep breath and just let go. Let go. Oh, and we call forth a living library of I Am, the I Am team around us, holding the space sacred as we travel time as we do this work. And we affirm that our aura of our total being is closed to all but our I Am present. A little, again, recalibrating your space, even from, it has shifted from even when we did this earlier activation. It was kind of an activation. So just bringing in the harmonizing for your space that is allowing you to ground and to bring in these energies that are supportive within your home and all spaces connected with you, your vehicle, your workplace, etc. And all of the electronics. Bringing in harmonizing and harmony. And I'm feeling like the energy of just this beautiful clarity coming in, this like energy of knowing that you know without having to know how you know. I like this crystal clear clarity coming in. And I'm noticing the base of the solar plexus chakra. It's like that there's something being lit within this solar plexus chakra. With in other words, it's like being recalibrated for you to really accentuate true power. That energy center is expanding. What does it mean for you to embody and embrace your true, authentic power. Wow, and I'm seeing clairvoyantly this beautiful red cardinal bird coming in, which is in North America, which means it's a male cardinal. It's very bright red. It means accept yourself as a being of light and conduct yourself accordingly. And I just saw this beautiful ripple going out, as if you were to throw a pebble into a pond and the ripple goes out from that. And the archetypal energy is coming in. I'm seeing now the female cardinal coming in as well, and they mate for life. And I'm actually seeing the female feeding the male and the male feeding the female. I'm seeing divine feminine, divine masculine energy. Beautiful synchronization of these masculine, feminine frequencies. This beautiful golden energy coming right around this beautiful golden torsion of the Christ consciousness frequency. And it's anchoring into this very base level of the solar plexus. And the Christ consciousness frequency is the divine that knows itself to be human, and the human that knows itself to be divine. Yes, I'm just going to watch that come in for a bit here. Yeah, there's a tone coming through here now. And I'm feeling the feet very activated, the bottoms of the feet as this anchors down in, and the earth star. Seeing golden selenite all around the earth star. Okay, so tone coming in. Noticing the third eye receiving an activation right now, as well as the pineal gland. I'm seeing this lotus, beautiful violet lotus, very pale lavender lotus with the beautiful gold in the center, the lotus blossom here. Oh, my feet are really, it feels like I'm almost like stepped into peppermint on my feet. It feels really cool, very cool, and that clarity is just moving right through the chi meridians. I'm noticing a lot of the cellular releasing, and it's being brought right out through those chi meridians. I'm noticing a lot of dragon energy, just really gathering this in, fire dragons right now. Gathering this in and transmuting all that's being released, so that these codes can really start to integrate within you as they're coming in. I'm noticing the Syrian lion beings, the stellar gateway, this very your galactic, intergalactic chakra, very light body chakra. Just around this, it's almost like a very guardian energy of what is able to come in here for you. And it's specific, these codes that are coming in for each one of you, it's unique for you. And it's modulated through your I am presence. For some of you, there's a timed release that will come in a very gentle, very timed release way here. I'm seeing dolphins very supportive and like monitoring the emotional body. And I'm seeing the emotional body being very, like there's a soothing energy coming in here. Yeah, like any areas that would be like tumultuous waves. I'm seeing it as like this ocean wave, and I'm seeing this just being very calmed by these dolphins. I'm also noticing the whales surfacing as well, connecting in with primordial ancient records. And a lot of these codes that are coming in, I'm feeling are of the divine feminine. Whew. Seeing that coming in the back of the heart chakra right now. I'm feeling the whole body is very tingly. So again, I invite you to notice what you're noticing. I'm noticing an expansion at the heart center, the heart chakra, high heart, the thymus, receiving new codes for new boundaries. Boundaries that have to do with support of your being empowered, that deepest power that you're bringing in, that you're aligning with, your authentic, true power. Okay, I'm really seeing these codes coming in. Ooh. I'm noticing a lot, some releasing at the base of the skull, ganglionic centers of the brain. The old reptilian brain it's almost like it's more of it is going offline. More of it, wow. Okay, it's releasing a lot of fear for some of you. That's just releasing out. There we go. And this beautiful violet with grace infused, silver grace frequencies moving right around there. This torsion, vortex, vortice. And I'm feeling, I'm having a sense, and this is really interesting, but like the ancestral lineages are getting an upgrade as well. And that's all the information I'm getting. There's way more to that than that, but I'm just noticing this. Like your ancestors are benefiting from this activation, from the useful parts of it, and they're releasing. It's being released without, in other words, without so much of you having to process this. This is really interesting. Oh. I'm feeling a lot of rose quartz coming in with that, just as supportive. Because our ancestors were through some really dense, dark times. So they are learning through your eyes. They are also, it's almost like their highest aspirations are being fulfilled through you right now, through your embodiment. Okay. There's a little bit of clearing here that's occurring. Okay, so I'm just going to bring in some clearing. Okay, we welcome any limitation, any limited thought forms, any entity patterns. We welcome you from within the divinity of our being. You are healed and forgiven, lifted and enlightened. surrounded and filled with the Christ frequency of divine love. You are surrounded and filled with the Christ frequency of divine light. You are free from the earth's vibration. You are healed and forgiven, lifted and enlightened. I invite the beautiful many, Kuan Yin, to take you to your perfect right place. Go in love, go in peace. You are healed and forgiven, lifted and enlightened. Healed and forgiven, lifted and enlightened. Just take a deep breath and noticing the Ananda lights wanting to come in here. Just allowing the release out through the palm chakras, out through the feet, the base of the skull. There we go. And this beautiful crystalline light of the Ananda light, divine bliss, allowing the gentleness of these codes to, it's like they're being seeded into various places within your field. For some of you, there's a new seeds of creativity coming in. Feeling my third eye very activated right now. These are being seeded. Oh, there we go. Right down. For some of you, these are being seeded in the subconscious as certain aspects released, of certain patterns released, incongruent patterns released from the subconscious. They're being anchored within the subconscious to be made conscious when the divine timing occurs. And there's it feels like the mental body is getting an upgrade, connecting in with the higher mental connections with your Christ frequency, Christ consciousness, higher mental body. Then moving everything into a unified field. There we go. I'm just going to bring in some integration here and harmonizing. Allowing this to be brought down into 3D, and harnessing the energy of the stellium of the earth, signs the earth. Elements. There we go. Moving all residue, allowing the air elemental, and seeing this beautiful earth dragon and then air dragon, just moving all of these like residue of what is not needed anymore. It's just like clearing out. And the water elemental. Watering dragon. I'm noticing the energy of Arcturian and Pleiadian. Oh, for some of you are very connected in with the Pleiadian timelines. Syrian, Cassiopeian, Orion, High Council, Andromedan. Lyra, feline beings from Lyra. There's many other galactic systems that we have many on the call that are connected in with. There are many joining us in the quantum field here. Beautiful. And some of these codes that are coming in are skill sets that you've mastered, that these galactic, multidimensional timelines of yourself that you have resonances with are assisting you. It's almost like through your teams, they're each calibrating unique aspects of these for you. And bringing it all down and funnel, and seeing like a funnel right now. It's like being all funneled down into the earth grids. Okay, hold on. There's a little of incongruent energy. Okay, we're just going to shift that out. Releasing any questioning of self, just allowing it. There we go. That's better. Whew, and anchoring this down into the 3D grids. Okay, and this is presented, so I'm going to read this. Just, it just feels right. Just really feel what this message means for you. And the day came when the risk to remain closed tight in a bud was more painful than the risk it took to blossom. Whew. So what is ready to blossom for you? Brand new decade, brand new codes. Light masters. It is time. Okay. Okay, just you're taking a breath, beginning to connect in with the earth and Gaia and her beautiful diamond connections. I'm seeing just groves of trees around, all kinds of trees, the oak, the acacia, the cypress, the pine, the redwoods, all of these beautiful beings, the community of trees, and the earth, the animal kingdom. Whether you have personal pets or whether you are connecting from your animal that has crossed the rainbow bridge, they are very assisting you right now. Connecting in with the beautiful animal kingdom, the insect kingdom, all the kingdoms that are in the nature. Whew. There is so much love for you, so much awareness for you. Just keep affirming. I call forth my highest level of awareness for me at this time. That's in alignment with my I am. And take a deep breath. Just notice what's different, not what's the same. In your sleep state this evening, you will also notice that you may bring in some more integration and rejuvenation and revitalizing. I'm seeing like revitalization, rejuvenation temples that you can ask to visit in your sleep. And I'm seeing this beautiful I am energy around wherever it is that you are sleeping. There we go. All right.
Beautiful. That was so powerful. Yeah, I'm feeling really good. Much like so much heat in the body, just up and down, feeling much clearer, actually, more clearer than I was before, which is great. So, yeah, no, feel good. Lots of shifting happening, especially I found at the base of my skull, a lot in the third eye and the crown area. Yeah, there's a lot. Feeling clear and peaceful and calm, Luann says. Beautiful. Okay, everyone is writing in. Beautiful process. Thank you. That was lovely. Wow. Thank you so much. Fabulous session. Yeah. So lots of people are experiencing, a difference from before, for sure.
Yeah, I just got a picture of the whole Earth grid just lit up, like wherever everyone is. It's just really beautiful.
Yeah.
Wow.
Lots of clearing. Yeah, for sure. So it's going to be important for everyone to, drink some water,
Yes.
listen to your body. Christina says, I saw my grandmother, I, I saw my grandmother being raped by my grandfather, and that was clearing through our entire lineage. Oh, good. Without me having to process it. Awesome.
Nice.
Good,
Wow.
good. Yeah, so I was surprised when you said that you saw that. So cool. So the ancestral clearing is just happening without us having to do too much, right? So that's great.
Yes, that was an interesting piece that came through. That's I would love to hear feedback on that as you integrate with this new. I would almost invite everyone to go in their heart with that and notice what they're noticing with that, and be aware of. You don't always have to know what that is. Let go of your need to know. Just watch what comes in gently. Okay, because we don't always have to have the information behind everything.
Right. Yeah. Just allow it to go and just be with it now.
Right.
And Susanna says, thank you. Lots of fear cleared throughout my reality. Good.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Ooh, so would you recommend anything else for everyone, Kim, to integrate? Naz says, I'm flying. Yeah. Awesome. Flying is always good.
This is going to continue for 5 days. So you just really ground, and I'm glad you mentioned water, drinking extra water that you normally would drink, really, and then giving your body high vibe food, whatever you're feeling drawn to. Be gentle with yourself.
Yeah. So just be gentle. Listen to your body. What does your body require? Some of you may require extra sleep, or some of you may require, like Kim was saying earlier, different types of food that you don't normally eat. But it's okay if it's just for like one time. You might just need 1 bite or 2 bites or something, but just listen to your body. It's okay. It's just what it needs right now.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome.
And I have a YouTube recording. It was my first YouTube debut, which I will be doing more. It's called I'm Ascending in Truth. And then also a Facebook group that I'm going to be developing more with that. But do send me a friend request on Facebook. You'll see the whitewater raft there. I've been a whitewater rafting guide for many years. So that's how you know it's Kim. And then, through my email, which is kimregnitz.com. And
awesome.
Yeah, and I facilitate activations bi-monthly. So usually on the new moon and the full moon. So my next one will be Sunday. So these are 90-minute calls. Yeah.
Awesome. And so yeah, and I was going to say, take a look at the special offer, and choose which one, like, package A is like, it's just like 9 activations, right? And then package B is the standalone session. And then package C includes the standalone session plus the 9 activations plus the bonuses. So you definitely want to take advantage of that as well.
Yes, that's a really good deal. And you really will do a lot of shifting with those journeys, holographic journeys, the MP3s. So I can really tell when people have worked with that versus just coming just into a session. It's almost like we are able to get to more accomplished in the session.
Right.
It was really palpable.
Good. So definitely.
And I'm not.
Go ahead.
Do what's right for you. I'm not doing that just to sell packages.
Yeah.
You listen to what's within. Go with what's within.
Exactly. So trust your knowing. But if you do want to make some significant shifts and changes as we're moving into, we're now in 2020. But as we're moving forward, if you want to make some significant changes, then do take advantage of both the MP3s and the personal session with Kim. All right, so please do take a look at that. Those are available at alara.at/show/Kim2. All right.
Yes. Another thing I just want to say, remember that this is your time. This is the time. Anyone that's listening to this call, people are going to be asking you. The people around you, if you've not noticed that already, are going to start freaking out with what's actually happening and their world crumbling under their feet. That it appears that way. It's not really what's happening, but structures that they've known. So they're going to be asking. They're going to be looking for anyone that seems some kind of an semblance of harmonizing. So this is the time for you to really get on with it.
Yeah, get on with it. Get going. I love it. Yeah, thank you. And that's the thing. It's like, you know, having these activations, doing these activations is going to help you to get on with it. It's going to help you to embody more and more of your I am presence and your I am frequency, so that you can do your mission, whatever your mission happens to be, or just, you know, even if it's not a mission per se, but just have more ease in this reality, have more ease embodying your I am presence here on Earth, on this planet, in this 3D reality. Okay. So definitely take a look at those. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much, Kim. Again, always, you know, another powerful, powerful call. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
You're welcome.
And everybody, thank you for your questions too. Thank you, thank you. And powerful activation. Wow. You know, so do that again if you need to, you know, take advantage of that activation, do it again after I put it on the replay page and so on. So definitely do it again. Just don't drive while you're listening to it. Okay. I wouldn't do it again today. I would wait a few days, you know?
Yes, I would recommend that. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Awesome. Great. Thank you, Kim.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right, everyone.
You have a wonderful evening.
Thank you. You too. Have a great day, great afternoon, great evening. And until next time, everyone, may you continue to be blessed with an abundance of joy, peace, love, happiness, prosperity, and radiant health. Sending you all much love and blessings always. Bye for now.
I know.